A local mom's daughter was recently abducted and kidnapped during what the daughter thought to be lunch with a new friend she had recently met on the internet. The daughter was to meet the new friend at a restaurant nearby with a boy she thought to be her own age. The daughter had made previous arrangements with the new friend the week before to meet at the nearby restaurant to talk, and she had not let her mother in on her plans. The daughter was last seen arriving in the restaurant and leaving with an older fellow. They drove away, and the daughter had not been heard from since that time. Stories like this have made headlines more and more as each year passes. They are becoming more and more heard of each year because children are learning how to use the internet better and better as days go by. Children are using the internet for their own good, but in these cases they are also using the internet for their own destruction. Children are using chat rooms, giving out personal information, and posting pictures of oneself to others, and this is what is causing them to fall into these dangerous circumstances. Safe internet programs need to be taught to children by their parents, and restrictions need to be set at home and on the internet. Thousands and thousands of individuals are logging onto the internet daily, and you never know who to trust and who not to trust. Young children, to teenagers, to adults are logging on the same websites every day, and it is important that our children know what is safe and reliable and who to trust. Parents need to understand that the internet is not just used by adults anymore, but by all age groups, and the same information can be found by any age group out there. Parent restrictions need to be set very clear, and restrictions need to be set in every child's household by the parent. According to the Preda Foundation, there are over 750,000 sexual predators on the internet with one idea on their minds: getting children. Meeting these children in chat rooms can be very easy because the sexual predators can lie about their age and persuade the children to meet them. Chat rooms are probably the biggest concern for the sexual predators because as the story I told in the beginning states, they can lie very easy about their identity and age. Chat rooms are so dangerous because one can lie and persuade the other person on the other side of the chat to believe every word they say to be true. A 60-year-old sexual predator could be talking to a 14-year-old teenager, persuading her to meet him, and he could say that he is still a 16-year-old boy in high school, whereas he's a 60-year-old sexual predator, and the girl would never know. He can persuade her into believing every word he has to say, and maybe even convincing her to meet him somewhere to talk and meet in person. If that teenage girl falls for the lies and goes and meets a 60-year-old sexual predator, it is hard to say what will happen to the girl. Identity theft is also a major threat on the internet because there are thousands of people out there trying to find others' personal information to steal their identity. It happens all the time and is very heard within the past couple years. Identity theft is growing. A child or teenager could put their information on an unreliable internet source that asks for all their personal information and their social security numbers, and if that child doesn't know any better, they would probably give it out without thinking twice. The problem with this is that whoever has access to this unreliable internet source now has access to their children's social security numbers and their whole identity. Identity theft happens all the time, and we need to teach our children the importance of keeping their personal information and others to themselves, and to not give it out on anyone, especially not on the internet. There are many ways parents can teach their children safe internet procedures and programs. As parents, we need to monitor our children's internet usage 24/7, but we can teach our children the basic internet smarts of what is safe and unsafe. We need to teach our children that at every turn there is false information being displayed, and to never believe anyone in chat rooms or on bulletin boards. Ways that parents can teach children reliable internet is to always make sure it's accredited, reliable internet source. Parents can put child restrictions on the internet, on the website, so the children can't get anything that they don't approve of. Parents need to check in on their children frequently while they are using the internet, and if they think anything is suspicious or going on, then they should interrupt and just see what they're doing and check things out if they think that something is going on. We also need to teach our children to never, no matter what, give out personal information on the internet, and always report anything that makes them feel unsafe to their parents. Talking with your children about all of this is the best way to start internet safety, because the children need to gain the parents' trust and know that no matter what, they're not going to get in trouble. They just need to report it to their parents. We need to teach our children that if something made them feel uncomfortable on the internet, they should report it immediately, and if not to a parent, maybe a teacher or a friend's parent or someone, just to let them know. Trust is very important in these circumstances. Parents can also put child restrictions on their internet, which will allow the children to get into any websites that the parent put restrictions on without the parent's password, and I think this is probably the best way for parents to keep their child's internet usage regulated. I think this is a great step to practicing safe internet habits. Parents need to always check on their children frequently while they're using the internet, and parents need to preach, preach, preach safe internet safety to the children and always set child restrictions on the internet. As I said, the story in the beginning is heard of more and more often. I think that if we put these child restrictions on all the internet sites and the parents sit down and talk to their children, then maybe we can prevent these stories from happening so often. And safe internet programs can be found all over. The children just need to listen to their parents or the teachers, and they need to understand that the internet is a very dangerous place. Parents, they can go to schools, churches, they can look to friends to find help on how to regulate their child's internet usage, and if they feel their children aren't listening, then they should take the internet off of them completely, because it could be very dangerous. Parents just need to ask and learn that their children need to trust them, because the internet is very unsafe. Thank you.